What's up guys, Brian here and I'm back again with another awesome video. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to easily change green to pink color in Photoshop using a tool in the Adobe Camera Raw plugin. This will also work in Lightroom as it has the same tool I'll be using. Not only that, I'll also export the settings as a preset for you guys so you can easily apply to your images without having to do it manually each time. And later on in the video I'll show you how to use the preset by testing it on some other images so you can see how amazing it is. With that said, let's begin. So the first step is to open up the image in Photoshop. This is a raw image I'm using here. It works both on raw and JPEG images, but I'm using a raw images to create this, but I'll also show you how to apply it on a JPEG image later on. This amazing image was shot by my photographer friend Code Black. He's an amazing photographer. I'll leave a link to his Instagram down there in the description box so that you can go check him out. The tool we'll be using for this is the Calibration and the Color Mixer tool. Now the Calibration tool is a tool that is mostly overlooked by photographers when they are working on their images, but it's actually really amazing and you can use it to do some crazy stuff. First of all, let me just bring down the highlights in this image and lift the shadows. Okay, I like that. So in Calibration, you just take your blue primary to -100, your green primary to -100, and then your red primary to +100. Now it doesn't have to be 100. You can keep it at 80 if that gives you the look, if you are doing it yourself. Then when you're done with that, just come over to the Color Mixer tab here. If your Photoshop layout, like if your camera raw layout doesn't look like this, don't freak out. If you're using an older version of Photoshop, then it's highly likely that you still have the older interface. Just locate the Color Mixer tab and the color and the Calibration tab, and you'll be able to do this the exact same way. You still have the same result. So under the Color Mixer, just come to the Hue tab, then take your oranges to the left, take your yellows to the left. It doesn't have to be a specific number, it could be any number. Just use your eye to like determine how much of it you want. Now this is the result we have. You can see all the grains have been, but it's too saturated, so let's bring down the saturation because it's like too much. It's like ew. So under saturation, we'll bring it down. I'll bring down the oranges and I'll bring down the yellows. Now this is where you tweak it to your taste. You just decide how much of the saturation you want to bring down or want to take up. So that's how you get the effect. The effect is already here. We can also play around with the luminance here, so you can brighten up the oranges a bit more. Same with the yellows. You can even play with your greens if the image has a lot of green, because what we perceive as green most of the time always fall under the orange and yellows in Photoshop. So now that we have this, you can see that the effect is also on the skin, which is not what we want. So I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. But before I do that, let me also show you something else. Under the Basics tab here, you can play with the temperature to also affect the color, even the tint. The temperature and tint will also affect the effect. So you can use that to play around a bit more. Alright, so before showing you how to fix this, let me export this setting as a preset so that you guys can download it later on in the description box and apply it to your images. When I'm done with that, we'll continue. Okay guys, I just exported it as a preset. So let's move on to how to fix the skin issue. So to fix the skin, you first have to open it in Photoshop. So if you press, but you don't just go ahead and open it like this, open it as a smart object. So to open it as a smart object, just click and hold on Shift on your keyboard and it will bring up this option to open object. So just click on open object and it will open the image as an object in Photoshop. Why we're opening it as an object is that we can easily go back to Camera Raw and tweak those changes we made. Like the changes are not binding. We can easily go back and adjust them because it's opening as a smart object. So what we have to do is to, first thing we have to do after you open it in Photoshop is to duplicate the background layer. Then the original layer, the one you just duplicated, come to it and rasterize it. Just right click on the layer, this menu will come up, click on rasterize layer, and it will be flattened and rasterized. So now we'll come to the layer on top, the one we just copied, and double click on the thumbnail here. It will bring us back to Adobe Camera Raw plugin. So what we'll do is we'll click on Auto option, then click on Reset Calibration, and also click on Reset Color Mixer. Now we have back our original skin tone. What we'll do is click on OK, and it will bring us back to Photoshop. So basically what we are doing is we have two variants here, the original version and the one with the pink color adjustment. What we want to do is we want to take the skin from the original version to the pink color version. So you come to this one here and using any of the selection tools, just make selection of the skin. I've showed you guys how to make selection of the skin severally, so this shouldn't be an issue. So mine, I'll just come to the quick selection tool and click on select subject. That should make a very decent selection of the subject. It's not perfect, but it's good. So let me just refine it a little bit. Okay guys, I have what I'll say is a modest selection of the subject. So what I'll do now is I'll come to this layer, the copy layer, and create a layer mask. So you make selection, then you come to the bottom of your layers panel and click on layer mask, and it will create a layer mask of the subject. So right now we have the original skin and color of the outfit on the model. You can use this to mask any other item that you don't want to be affected by the color grade, but it doesn't really look realistic because some part of the the model still reflects green. So what I'll do is I'll lower the opacity of the layer and allow some of the effect to seep into the model. We can take longer to refine this, but I don't want to really waste your time here. So that's how to get the effect out of the models or the person's skin if you are working with a human being. So you see, this is before, she was really pink, and right now she's looking natural, and that's what we want. We don't want people to know that we tweaked the color. So the next thing I'm going to do, just to create a little bit more of that dreamy feel, is I'm going to paint a warm color, like a warm kind of orange color here. You don't have to do this, it's just for this video, just to show you the dreamy effect you can get with this. So this is the color I'm using, just a warm color. Then I'll change the blend mode to soft light. I did this on a new empty layer, so if I bring down the opacity, you can see that's really beautiful. That looks dreamy, that looks fairy tale like. Yep. So now that we've gotten our image to the place that we want, let me show you how to apply the preset on your own images if you're working with a JPEG picture or any other picture. So just open up the picture. I'm going to apply them to 3 different pictures. So just right click on the picture and select open with Photoshop. Choose the latest version or the version that you are using, and the image will open up straight into Photoshop because they are JPEGs. So what you do is you come to the top here and look for where you see filter. Under filter, select, oops, I selected the wrong tool, so let me cancel. Under filter, select camera raw filter, and it will load up the image in Adobe Camera Raw the way it did, or the way to do a raw picture. So to install the preset, just come here to just look for this more set images setting icon, click on it, and you see load settings. Now go to where you saved the preset that you downloaded. Mine is in my desktop, but yours will probably be in your download folder. So just click on green to pink and select load. It will load up in Photoshop in your camera raw automatically. What I would advise you to do at this point, so that you don't have to load it every time you want to use it, is just come to the preset tab here and save it as a preset. So I'll save it as brianumoh green to pink, and as you can see here, it's under my user preset here, and you can always come and adjust the intensity or whatever. So for here, I can come and change the saturation or play around with whatever I want to play around with. Like, you have that luxury. So the effect is just applied easily. So if I click on OK, that is done. You see, very beautiful. Let me apply it to this other image. So if I come back here, I just select here filter, camera raw filter, and it will load up. I can now go to my user presets and click on brianumoh green to pink, and it will load up immediately. Like, it's amazing. It works like magic. It's crazy. Just look at that. That's so beautiful. Let me do it one more time. I can just come here and under filter, camera raw filter shows up already, so I'll just click on it, and the effect will be added automatically. Like, that's crazy. That's beautiful. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like so that other people get to see it. Share it with your friends. Click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on other awesome videos that I have to share with you, and see you guys in the next one.